Hey everybody, and welcome to Top Comics to Pre-Order in a Flash. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our real quick show where we show you some of the biggest and best books you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now and start placing your pre-orders for these books. That way, when they're released in a few weeks, you won't miss out on any of them. And we got a cracking show for you right
sure
here,
do.
so let's get on with it.
We're going to start with Knull #1. So this is going to be a 5-issue miniseries. And Knull has been weakened from his previous death, basically. And he's trapped by the enemy he never expected. And I believe we saw that was Hela.
The Queen in Black.
The Queen in Black, right. Knull waits in a cage once again because he was sort of trapped in a cage when we first met him. His captors think that he has nothing to fight back with, but in Knull's hands, nothing is a weapon. And that's phrased really weird, but it means that nothing can still be a weapon, even if he doesn't have anything. There's a greater weapon out there.
It sounds like he looks around and goes, I don't have anything.
I have no
Nothing's
weapons.
a weapon.
There's a greater weapon out there waiting for the King in Black to take it and take his revenge. So not really sure. I guess this is going to go into the Queen in Black stuff coming next summer, but yeah.
Well, next up, we have our next of the DC KO books. This is Harley Quinn versus Zatanna #1. Now, this is going to be a one-shot. This isn't part of either character's ongoing series. This is going to be like the Superman versus Captain Atom, that kind of thing. This is going to be by Leah Williams, and the art is by Mirka and Andolfo, which is awesome. And you'll also be seeing another thing by Mirka and Andolfo a little later on in the show. But this is round 5 of 8. And, we were talking about, like, why put the rounds? Don't they all happen at the same time? But what I did realize is we do have the backup stories in these about Booster Gold. That are important to read in order. So it's funny they call them rounds, but I actually think the backup story is more of the reason why you should read these in order. So just a little clarity there that I was like, oh, that makes more sense. But don't miss out on this one because I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, to go along with that, and I guess we put these out of order, this is Titans #30. This is part of the ongoing Titans book right now. And this is round 4, so yeah, we should have flipped these. But this is going to be Cyborgs versus Swamp Thing. The solicitation doesn't give us any information other than that. But if you look ahead to one of the variant covers of DCKO #3, it tells us who wins.
I like this too because it's kind of like technology versus organic
nature.
And nature. That's really cool. Well, next up we have X-Men Age of Revelation finale. So this is the bookend, the cap on the other side of the Age of Revelation story. This is going to be by Jed MacKay and Ryan Stegman, the same team that kicked it off at the beginning with the Overture issue. So hopefully this really does wrap everything up. And we know that we are getting the Shadows of Tomorrow, which is kind of the new, not event, but kind of
the new era.
The new banner that a lot of the books are going to be undergoing after this. And it does sound like that it's going to reflect some of the stuff from Age of Revelation, so maybe this is going to be our bridge between those two. Yeah. So if you've been reading them, or if only reading a couple of them, I still think this is a good one to pick up to, wrap everything up and give you a good finale.
Yeah. And next is Sorcerer Supreme #1. This is coming on the heels of One World Under Doom, which I believe ends next week. In this one, after rescuing the Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Agamotto from the ashes of Doom's fall, so yeah, this is post One World Under Doom, the Scarlet Witch has chosen to claim a new title, Sorcerer Supreme of Earth. Thanks for telling us ahead of time, Marvel. I guess the guesswork is gone now. Wanda is willing to defy tradition and break every rule to chart a bold new path. And the Vishanti aren't really happy about this. Will this rogue Sorcerer Supreme bring magic into the Marvel Universe to new heights or leave it in ruin? Probably the former.
Probably the former.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, The Bad Batch Rogue Agents. So this is our second of the Bad Batch miniseries that we're getting. And this one sounds really cool because this all takes place before the show. This takes place during kind of the Clone Wars era. When a separatist scientist and his dangerous invention go missing during the Clone Wars, Clone Force 99, which of course is Bad Batch, are tracking him down to prevent the device from falling into the wrong hands. But of course, it seems like maybe they're not the only one that's on the trail of this scientist. So maybe it has to do with some mutated Rancor or something. We'll have to read it to find out. But if you're a Bad Batch fan, this is where you get your next story.
And next up is Wrestle Heist #1. This is going to be a 5-issue series written and drawn by Kyle Starks. And in this one, a former pro wrestler who has a brush with death thanks to a crooked promoter, and now he's going to assemble a crew of fellow wrestlers that he screwed over to rob that crooked promoter blind during the biggest wrestling event of the year. So wrestling fans, don't miss this one.
Well, next up we have the new Space Age. This sounds really fun. Of course, this is from Mad Cave, and it's written by Kenny Porter with art by Mike Becker. And this is a disgraced astronaut who has been grounded, not allowed to fly again. His only goal in life is to find his younger brother Joey, who, when they were kids, was abducted by aliens out of a crop circle. And being a spaceman was the only hope he had of getting to space and finding him. Until one day he discovers something really interesting. Crop circles are actually a instructions for space travel, and so he's going to take it upon himself to create his own spaceship and go and try to rescue his brother. So yeah, this is going to be a 5-issue miniseries from Mad Cave.
And next is the Marvel Winter Break Special. Hit the slopes with your favorite Marvel heroes this winter with the help of a team of superstar artists. Then warm up in the hot tub, hot springs, hot yoga. Lots of places that start with the word hot. But it does say, fret not, true believers. We've got equal parts action and relaxation for your money in this one shot. So it sounds like it's didn't we have one of these earlier in the year for the summer? And it sounds like it's going to be kind of one story, just sort of connecting a bunch of characters together.
Yeah, I love holiday specials,
Yeah.
so that's really cool. And we also have Mirka and Andolfo's Sweet Paprika, Black, White, and Pink holiday special one-shot. So I love that Mirka and Andolfo kind of periodically puts out these one-shots. And what's funny is it's called Black, White, and Pink, but that's how it was originally released in Italian. So it's kind of, this is more of the true version of that. And this is going to be by Mirka and Andolfo. Plus, you've got Mark Russell in there and a whole host of artists telling short little spicy holiday stories in the Sweet Paprika universe. What I thought was interesting is one of the artists on here is Satoshi Shiki, who did the Attack on Titan Before the Fall story. So you're going to have a whole plethora in different styles of artists on this one. So if you're a Sweet Paprika fan, don't miss out on this next one shot. That is it for Top Comics to pre-order in a flash. Thank you so much for watching. Head on over to infinityflux.net right now and start placing your pre-orders for these awesome books. We're definitely getting into the holiday season with a lot of these, and it's going to be a lot of fun when these release in a few weeks. We'll be going over them on our Monday show, I'm sure, when they come out. But thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video, all of that good stuff. And until next time, see ya.